myself Nishya Agarwal. I am currently working as a senior data engineer in Walmart, and in this Amazon data engineer interview experience, I am going to share how is my data engineer interview experience in Amazon. So in Amazon, I have faced 5 to 6 technical rounds of interview, including the hiring manager round. So the Amazon interview experience process look like: we have the first screening round, then we have the on-site interviews. In the on-site interview, we have 2 to 3 technical rounds plus hiring manager round, and then finally we have the bar raiser round, which is taken by the senior engineering manager of the Amazon. Then finally we have the HR discussion, if you are selected in the debrief discussion of the Amazon or not. So I am going to tell you my interview experience, how was my interview experience in Amazon for the data engineer role, and how I get selected as a data engineer in Amazon. Now coming to the first round of the interview, which is the technical round 1, which including the concept of SQL, Python and data structure and algorithm question. So this is the first round of the data engineer in the Amazon. So in this Amazon first round of the interview, before that I cleared the screen round of the interview, which mostly focus on the general concept, which kind of project you have already worked on. Like I worked on the data lake and database project, so I explained very well. Then they asked the question related to some basic SQL question and Python question for the data engineer 1 role. So I solved all the question and the general discussion and some leadership principle question on the Amazon. So after clearing the screen round, then I invited for the on-site interview, which is a completely online interview. And in the online interview, I have to face 3 technical rounds of interview, then hiring manager round, and then the finally with the bar raiser round with the senior engineering manager. So if you see can see that in the first round of the interview, I have to face three topics: SQL, Python and data structure. So in the SQL, some question can be asked on the window function. So some question is asked on window function like complex join, window function like ranking, dense ranking, city, common table expression. And I asked 2 or 3 common interview question of the SQL, like how to find the number which is repeating 3 times consecutively in the table. So this question can be solved using the self join. Second question, they ask on the write a query to find out the manager who have directly 5 direct reports. Means that if any, let's suppose we have a table. In the table we have 10 to 15 rows in the table, and consist of the manager information and the employee information. So I have to find all the manager who has a direct 5 employee report to that manager. So this type of question they ask generally on the SQL, and I solved all these 2 questions in the SQL. Then they jump to the Python interview question. In the Python, they ask question on the topic which is a common important topic like list, array, stack, queue, linked list, and they focus on the concept of Python file handling and the multi-threading question. So multi-threading question including like how to handle a concurrency in the Python, how to handle multi-processing in the Python. So this type of general question they ask on the Python. Now coming to the data structure. In the data structure, I will advise you focus on 5 to 6 topics for the data engineer role, like array, stack, queue, linked list and tree. These are the more important topics for the Python and data structure that you have to completely focus to crack the first round of DSA round in the Amazon. So the question I asked for the Amazon and the data structure tree, that how to convert the binary tree to BST. So I had to write a pseudo code on the notepad. So I write a pseudo code and then I compile the code on the some Python test compiler. After that they ask me some time complexity question. What is the time complexity? Can we optimize this code to make the time complexity to big O log n? So this type of question they ask in the Python and data structure. So overall first interview experience is very good from my level. They ask question on SQL, Python and data structure, and for the learning purpose I will advise you focus on the coding part as much you can, because first round is totally purely technical and coding based question interview. Now coming to the second round of on-site interview with the Amazon. So this round including the 3 concepts. One is the big data concept including Spark optimization, Hive concept, Hadoop concept, cloud optimization concept and the data warehousing concept. This round is also purely technical round, which is taken by the senior data engineer of Amazon. So now starting with the Spark. So in a Spark there are a lot of questions which are being asked by the senior data engineer of Amazon. such as Spark optimization technique, how we can optimize the Spark job which is running on the database cluster. So I told there are lot of approaches are there to solve the optimization problems, optimization techniques on the Spark. Like we can use the broadcast join, we can use the adaptive query execution, and lot of things are available to enable the on the Spark properties in the database cluster, to so that job will be run as faster as much can. Okay. So they ask the question on Kolesky and repartition, cache versus persistent, Spark architecture, how the Spark architecture work, including the master node and driver node. Let's suppose you submitted one Spark application on the driver machine. Okay. So what will happen in the backend when you submit one application to the Spark architecture? Then you have to explain the scenario, like then this job will submit it to the driver machine. Then driver machine will divide the application into number of jobs. Job will get divided into multiple number of stages, and stages will divided into number of tasks, and this task will be executed finally on the Spark cluster. Okay. And then there is a cyclic graph, DAG graph will be generated in the backend of the Spark. How we can find do the Spark tuning using the Spark.ui, Spark UI. So there are lot of questions they ask on the Spark configuration and Spark optimization, like broadcast join. Different types of joins are available in the Spark, like share, shuffle join, merge, hash join. Different types of join they can ask the question. And finally they give me one question on the data frame side. Like suppose they have given a data frame, they ask me to add a new column in the data frame. They want basic operation on the data frame, like adding new column in the data frame. Then they ask me how to add a new column with the same column name. We can use the with column rename operation, how to rename the column, how to drop the column. Also they want to check my knowledge on the Bloom filter. Bloom filter is basically used for the indexing. Let's suppose I want to join two tables. One table is very small table and one table is very big table. We can use the broadcast join. But for the filter condition, can we use the Bloom filter or not? So I explain this complete scenario using the Bloom filter by taking some rough example and some dummy example, how we can leverage the Bloom filter without using broadcast join in the code to increase the performance and indexing and filtering condition in the Spark and lookup condition, you can say. Now going to the topic, they move the topic from the Spark to the cloud optimization. So this is the cloud optimization is very important for the data engineer role. So in my previous company, I worked on AWS tech stack like Kubernetes, Data Hub, Databricks, external tool with the integration with the AWS. Okay, and then I worked on S3 bucket. Okay, and RDS. Okay, Redshift is a very important tool that Amazon is using for their data warehousing purpose. So they asked my previous projects where I use the Amazon Web Services. Okay, they asked me that how I worked on the Kafka streaming with the Hive. Okay, they asked some question on the how I did the cloud optimization. So every companies they are doing the migration from the on-premise data to the cloud. They can expect the question on how the cloud optimization is you did in your previous company. So I told that I did a retention policy, lifecycle policies implementation on top of the S3 bucket, so that cost will never get wasted, and use of Amazon GCS Glacier services, so that all the archival data will be moved to the Glacier. So there are lot of optimization technique I told in the interview, so that it look like you have worked on the AWS side. Okay, and this is very important. I will advise you also to focus on the cloud optimization techniques also, and you can prepare for that before going to the second round of the interview in the Amazon. Then third round will move, and then third topic is basically on the tools that I worked on, like I worked on Databricks, Airflow. So they ask some question, what is the DAG? Okay, how the DAG scheduler works? Okay, what is the difference between scheduler and executor in the Airflow? Okay, what is the different types of operators are available I used in the Airflow? So I mentioned that I use Databricks operator, Snowflake operator, Python operator, branch operator. So this type of general discussion on the Airflow and Databricks side happens. Some question they ask on the CI/CD tool, like which type of CI/CD tool I worked on. So I mentioned that I use the Jenkins tool for scheduling the job on and deploy the code on the production environment from the GitHub. So let's suppose any developer push any code on the GitHub, then I use webhook APIs to integrate our GitHub with the Jenkins. Jenkins will trigger the job or can trigger the cloud function, and it will deploy the code on the production EC2 machine of the AWS. So this type of question they ask on some scenario based question, some cross question they ask in the Databricks and the AWS side. Now finally they ask the question on the data warehouse, which is a very important topic for the data engineer. So they ask question on the Kafka related question, Snowflake schema, star schema, difference between OLTPs and OLAP server. Then they ask the question on SCD type. what is slowly changing dimension. So they have given the one table on the screen, and they ask me which table, which type of property, which type of SCD satisfy this table. So the table they have given that satisfy the SCD 2 type, type of the SCD slowly changing dimension in the table. They ask me that how to convert the SCD type 2 to SCD type 3. This type of question they ask me. Then they ask me what is the normalization and denormalization. Okay, they ask me, they have given one table, they ask me to normalize the table into 3NF form. So I did the question very well, because normalization, denormalization, OLTP, OLAP, that we already studied in the BTech of the computer science engineering. If you don't study that topic, then you can go through the Java T Point website. That is a very good website for learning the concept of the data warehouse and databases. Then finally they asked us some question on the query optimization, how we can do the query optimization, how we can run the splint command on top of Spark to check the logical plan and physical plan. So it's like second round, you can say finally it's like a mix up of the Spark, cloud optimization, Databricks, Airflow, Apache, Kafka, streaming, and some question on database concept and data warehouse concept. So second round is totally purely technical and based on the big data complete architecture. Hello everyone, welcome to round 3 for the system design and data modeling round. So this round is basically completely focused on the data modeling concept and data warehousing concept. They ask me some question on the like difference between Snowflake schema and star schema, how to design the Snowflake schema, what kind of database I worked on. So I mentioned that I used Redshift data warehouse and Snowflake data warehouse in my previous company. So this type of general discussion they ask me on the data warehousing. Now coming to the third, in this question they give me a problem statement to design the complete database and backend database and data warehouse for the complete movie system. So at that time I use the Snowflake schema designing for designing the tables in the data warehouse. So they ask me a problem like we have a movie theater system, which is a common interview problem in the data modeling. So they ask me like, let's suppose we have a movie theater, and in the movie theater is present in multiple cities and multiple geographical regions. Okay, and under movie theater we have lot of screenplays are running on different movie ID A, B, C and D. So they ask me what are the common and important tables are required to make the backend database for the movie system. So I mentioned that we should have the user table, we have the movie table which consists of movie related information, and we should have the theater information, and every table we should have the primary key, so that we can join the primary key with the foreign key of the second table. So they ask me the concept of referential integrity in the design I made on the draw.io. We can use any whiteboard to design the data model diagram for the backend database. So they ask me like, let's suppose I have a movie table, can you normalize the table into 2 tables? So I did the same thing. Then they ask me like, can we do the denormalization of the table to adding redundant data in the table? So I like vice versa option they ask me like normalization, denormalization, how to join the 2 table. Let's suppose if we have a user ID table and we have a movie table, they ask me like write a SQL query on top of your table schema using user ID table, user table and movie table to find how many users who booked the 5 movies in last 7 days. Okay, so this type of question they ask me like, so I have to write the SQL query. Then they ask me some question on the, can we convert this SQL query to different way using subquery or joins. So this round is totally based on the database, data warehouse, SQL optimization, and some question on the schema designing. And they by asking this type of question, they given the one problem statement, that is movie ticket reservation system, and that time I have to design the complete database, backend database, and that time I use the star schema designing for designing the complete database system. Now coming to the system design question. So that time they asked me very basic simple system design question, because that time I have only 1 year of experience, but you can expect some question on the system design as well. Okay, so they can ask the design the system for any application, real-time application, for any batch processing, and they can ask me like that time I know that they ask me like, let's suppose we have a cluster, okay, which is a Presto cluster, which is a open source Presto cluster. I want to deploy this open source Presto cluster on the Kubernetes cluster. So Kubernetes, we can use the Kubernetes cluster of the AWS service only. So they ask me, let's suppose we have a Kubernetes cluster, I want to deploy the Presto and Presto jar on the Kubernetes cluster, and I want to open this endpoint to all the users of my company, so that every developers who are the business analyst, data analyst, and any stakeholder want to query on the Presto, they can query. So I have to create an endpoint for the Presto. I have to enable the DNS. I have to enable the firewall. I have to do a lot of backend services in the AWS so that we can enable this Presto service to the end user. So I have to design the system. As you can see my screen here. So they asked me like question how the Amazon AWS S3 bucket works. Okay, then how to integrate Amazon S3 bucket to AWS Lambda and Lambda function. Okay, so let's take an example. Let's suppose if any data is coming in the Amazon S3 bucket, how we can trigger the cloud function. So after triggering the cloud function, how we can run the some kind of application. Let's suppose I want to develop a use case. If any data coming in the S3 bucket, I want to trigger one function which will create a dashboard on top of that example. So I have to use the Lambda function on top of that. Okay, so how the Amazon S3 bucket works, Lambda function, they ask the some question on app sync. Okay, they can ask the question on DNS, domain name services, and domain name, how the IP address mapping with the domain name system works. Okay, they can ask the question on the caching, difference between caching and proxy server, how the cache work, how the proxy server works in the backend, how the Amazon amplifier works. So this type of lot of concept on the system design they can ask to you. From my advice, I will advise you to focus on 5 topics in the system design that is very important. One is the DNS service, second is the caching, third is proxy server, fourth is load balancing, how the load balancing work. We have 2 types of load balancing, network load balancing and application load balancing, and they can ask some question on storage services. So system design is basically how you will deploy your application and how the architecture solution look like, so that you want to create a system completely from end to end. So the diagram you can see that it's like a system design for the how the complete Amazon services are being used to create a complete system. So this type of question they can ask, but for a fresher they will not ask you very more detail in the system design for a data engineer role. But for an experienced person having more than 2 years of experience, they can expect a question on the system design. Now coming to the final on-site interview round, which is the techno manager round in the Amazon. So this round is basically completely hiring manager round, which is taken by the hiring manager of Amazon, which is data engineer manager. Okay, so in this round they have focus on the mostly previous project, what kind of different projects you have worked on, what tech stack you have worked on. Like I worked on database, GCP, AWS, cloud, Airflow, different Hive, Hadoop, Spark, and I worked on Kubernetes as well. So I explained all the technologies that I worked on and with the explanation of the project. Then there are some question on the behavioral question and some question on Scrum. So basically they mostly focus on, let's suppose if you want to join the Amazon, why you want to join the Amazon. First question, this is a common interview question in the Amazon and in every companies. Okay, then they can ask question on the big data concept like Spark optimization, how do you save the cloud optimization, how you, which type of services you use in the cloud to save the cloud cost. Okay, then they can ask some complex question in the data engineer task. Let's suppose you are working on some priority task P1, okay, and new urgent task is coming as a also P1, but you have a bandwidth of 2 story points. Okay, a story point is like a time limit and how much weightage you have to work in the next sprint, in the current sprint also. Okay, so they will ask you how you will handle the situation. Let's suppose you have 2 tasks and both these 2 tasks have the priority P1. Okay, so this type of question they can ask. Let's suppose, can you tell me the condition where you face that this task cannot be solved without taking any help from other people, but other people is not willing to help you on the task. So how you will handle the situation, in what manner you will talk to your hiring manager, your team lead and people manager, so that they can help you on the task. So they will ask you some behavioral question, how you will handle the situation, how you will handle the complex situation in your day-to-day related task on the data engineer, and some discussion on the project. So it's like a purely technical, purely non-technical round basically, and completely behavioral question round. This question you can expect in the data engineer. Now this is the final round of interview on the Bar-Raiser round, which is the Bar-Raiser round of the on-site interview, which is taken by the senior engineering manager and senior software engineer or senior data engineer manager of the Amazon. So in the Amazon, every Amazon who are going to hire in the Amazon for any role, they should know the leadership principles. So in Amazon we have 16 leadership principles which are present in Amazon, and before going to the interview I will advise you to focus on all the 16 leadership principles that you can see in your screen. So the interview is basically mostly on the leadership principle. So they ask you like how you, in what condition you will take the complete ownership. Can you tell me some condition where I taken complete ownership without taking any help from any other developer in the team, like taking the requirement from the client, converting the requirement from the client into the code base, and how to deploy the code on the GitHub, then deployment from the GitHub code to the Jenkins deployment to the production environment, creating the documentation, having KT session with the other team members so that they can start using your tool. So I take an example of DataHub that time because I worked on data governance tool, and I explained this very well using the ownership, which is the leadership principle of the Amazon. So they ask the some scenario based question on the Amazon leadership principle. They will not ask you, can you please tell me different type of leadership principle in Amazon. No, they will ask you, can you tell me some condition where you have worked on some task while taking complete ownership, you deliver the complete results using the concept of the Amazon leadership principle, ownership and deliver results. So they will ask you some practical level scenario based question where you use the leadership qualities in your work, like ownership, deliver results, earn trust, from where you earn the trust from the hiring manager, bias for action, deep dive, where you have deep dive into the some technologies to get more information and exploration out of the box on the technology. That time I explained the Kubernetes because in the Kubernetes I deep dive as so much I can do, and I explain this very well to the senior engineering manager, and they are very happy with my answers because I explained all the answers scenario based question by taking example of leadership principle. So in summary, I can say that leadership principle, they will not ask you to explain the list the leadership principle. They will only ask you under what condition you use this kind of leadership principle like ownership, deep dive, untrust, etc. Then there is a debrief discussion with the interviewers and manager. That round is not including with me because this is the internal discussion of the Amazon, which mostly consists of like I gave 3 rounds of technical, 1 hiring manager round and 3 technical rounds before that. So they will combine all the results of from the all the interviewer. They will give the feedback yes or no based on the discussion that I happened with all the 3 technical rounds with the hiring manager round. They will check my competency level in SQL, Python and coding part, and they will come with the final overall score whether they want to go ahead with my interview with my selection or not, yes or not. But so in this round, basically debrief round, we can say that like a internal discussion with the hiring manager and interview, they will check your overall score whether they want to go ahead with the final outcome, yes or no. Finally, I got the call from HR that in the debrief discussion that is happened internally with the team, and final discussion is come true for me, and I finally got selected for the Amazon as a data engineer role, data engineer 1 role in the Amazon. And that then finally I have the HR discussion round, which is mostly a salary discussion round. What is my previous salary, okay, and some discussion on general discussion, some basically why you want to join Amazon, any basic offer letter details, and Amazon basic leadership principle. So this is the very big achievement that time when I got the call, confirmation call, that I was being selected for the data engineer role after clearing the 5 to 6 round, including 3 technical round, 1 hiring manager round, 1 screening round and 1 bar result round. Thank you. And finally I was very happy to have the offer from the Amazon. So please stay tuned with my YouTube channel Data Engineer Insight with Nishay, where you will see lot of interview experience for the data engineer role, for the fresher to experience role, and I will in the next video I will tell you the interview experience for a different company like Apple and Walmart. So please stay tuned on my YouTube video and please connect with me. Thank you and happy journey. Thank you.